It's official. How to sell lots of anything with webinars starts now. If you can hear us, type in the chat. Yes, I can hear you, Billie Jean. If you can hear us, say hello. Actually, Jordan, can you come on this side so I can see your chat? Because I can't see mine.
This computer is so large. Right.
Wow.
You're spilling yourself?
I just spilled so much water on me.
I know, I just turned mine on, that's why I turned it on.
Just like drinking, basically. Yeah, let's put that over there.
Drink water, but you can teach webinars.
That's right, son. That is all of the above true.
Everything. You can't be good.
Okay. Let me go full screen. Let me shout you guys out. Shout out to Mitch, Brooke, Gerard. Mitch is on a tear. Josh, Joe, Brent, Rachel, Arlene, Austin, Evan, Joe, Jeff, Martin, Horace, Tim, Gavin, Michael, Robert, Bobby, Michael, Anthony, Kyle, and everybody else is coming in, Mr. McCracken. So, yeah. Woo! Oh, my mic dropped. Literally mic dropped. No, thanks, Ryan. That's how sloppy I am. All right, so let me set context to this course and how it works. You guys are participating in the first time I've taught webinar creation once to the League of Extraordinary Geniuses at my house, and it was about 8 of us at the house, and we just spent the entire day blasting through webinar funnels, and a couple of them are doing webinars and having some really cool success. And it's huge. It's a big deal. It will change your life, and I have a lot to teach you. So I want to kind of break down how this course is going to go. Imagine this course is like one big cake baking session. And if you were to bake a cake, and again, I'm about to tell you about a bake cake, and I don't know how to, but I'll give you like a structure, right? The first thing you got to do is you got to go to the store. Fair? Am I right so far? You got to go to the store. Okay, that's your first module. Is you got to. Let me stop.
Hold on.
First thing we got to do is we got to make a list of all the shit that we need so we don't waste time at the store. Okay, and then we got to go to the store and we got to go get that shit. Then once we come back, now we got to have our kitchen tool set up. You got to make the right, need the batter and all that. And then we need the ingredients. We got to put them in the tools, and then we got to like mix it up. Then we got to bake that shit. Then after we bake it, taste test, homie. That cake might be burnt. That cake might be a little too doughy. So you got to know all these things. And that's exactly, then you got to learn how to eat it.
You gotta frost it.
Frost it? There's just a lot of shit that goes into baking a cake. And there's a lot of stuff that go into webinars. Like the simplified version of a webinar is one thing, but webinars is something completely different. So tell me this, so I can get a feel for who's participating in this live training. I'm very live right now. What industries are we looking to build webinars for? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? What do you guys want to get out of this? And if you see me look to the left, I'm looking at the screen here. Okay, dog training, I fucking love that. Someone said bacon, I love it. Oh, he's saying for the cake. Oh, e-com training, I freaking love it. Firearm safety, skincare, dance industry, coaching, security company, construction estimating, market training, how to sell private jets, get more damn customers, marketing agency, business coaching, real estate and credit repair. Dude, this is what I'm saying. This is exciting to me, seeing all these that are coming in, because you guys, no traditional industries are using webinars. There are not massive amount of people there that are teaching credit repair on a webinar, which makes you the person to completely take that over. Can you imagine if your whole job, I mean, just think of the simplicity of this. And tell me, everybody, scale of 1 to 10, how much money you think this person can make. You run a fucking Facebook ad that says, does your credit suck? I'm having a free webinar to show you 3 ways to instantly improve your credit, almost instantly improve your credit right now. You go on there and you break down exactly how to repair your credit. Then at the end of the training, you say, you guys can do this yourself or just pay me money to do it right now for you. How many of you, say scale of 1 to 10, how well that could work and just fucking revolutionize everything this person's doing? 10 being, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, it's crazy, dude. It's freaking crazy. So, yeah, that's the beauty with webinars. It can work for anything, and I'm excited to have you guys all here today. Shall we start the presentation?
Yeah. Why not?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Oh, that was
that's a
bad.
bad
We
one.
missed.
Hey, there we
Yeah,
go.
Okay.
It's my left arm. You know, I'm not very good at that.
Okay. Well, yeah, we did it. We made it happen. Switching cameras here. Hi, Sunshine. You feel a little left out?
A little.
Okay.
A little.
Well, we got our own handshake. You ready? They don't know about this. What's up, son? I don't know about this life. All right. So here we go. Put my cell phone down. Let's talk about it. How to sell lots of anything with webinars. Week 1. Shout out to Mike who says he hearts Sunshine. So yeah, Mitch says nobody puts Sunshine in the corner. That's right. She puts herself there. Hashtag 2 legs, not 1. Okay, we got everybody. I got my chat. I can see everything. I feel good. Let's jump right into this because we got a lot to cover. First of all, thank you guys for being here and joining this class. You guys are fucking smart. The people who didn't, I promise you, you guys are about to shit all over them. So for anyone who didn't take this, they're crazy. Next, who's Billie Jean? You guys know who I am. Those are just cool pictures. Next. Today is simple to figure out who you're selling to, what you're going to teach, and what you're going to be selling. Today's lesson is not all technical and shit. Today's lesson is the most important out of all 4 weeks, and it's nailing down this. Once you identify this, the rest is just building shit. The rest is just making shit. And I will walk you through there, okay? So today we're just going to nail this, and it's going to be some pretty familiar exercises from my vets here, but exercises you still haven't done yet, all right? So let's get into it starting now. Genius Tools Checklist. Everybody take a picture of this real quick, and we'll give it to you also, by the way. We'll give it to you too. But go ahead and take a picture. Let me know when you do. Let me know when you do. These are all the tools and softwares that are required to get it done. Go ahead and screenshot it. Do what you gotta do. So make sure you're noting it, okay? Continuing on. I'm gonna break down each one of these. So it's a quick checklist. This would be the example of what you need to get at the grocery store before you go there, okay? So number 1 is I'm going to recommend to you guys to use GoToWebinar. GoToWebinar is what we're on right now. GoToWebinar is amazing. GoToWebinar is reliable more than anything. I've had many, many horrible stories with doing webinars. So for example, should I tell this story? Did you guys ever hear about like the first webinar that I ever did at my parents' house? Anybody hear about that? Anybody know this story? I'll give it to you real quick, okay? Because it's worthwhile and it'll give you confidence to mess up freely. So it was so fucking stupid. Me, Rena, Brandon, we're all at my house. First webinar we're doing, right? And we're just like doing this little Facebook ads factory out the house, my mom's house. You know, I check the internet, I make sure it's all good. And we're using this software called Webinar Jam. Shout out to Webinar Jam, shout out to Mike for the same, Andy, and all those people. But we didn't really know what we were doing. We didn't practice enough. So for the presentation, part of the presentation was live. The other part of the presentation was a video that I recorded, and like it was really spot on. And so I wanted to make sure the presentation was perfect. So I come on, I do my live thing, I welcome everybody, cool, 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 cool. And then we switch over to video. So imagine me, Rena, and Brandon, we're all in the house. And we're like, all right, Brandon like hits the buttons or whatever, and we make the switch. We switch. And the next thing you know, Brandon goes, it worked. And he goes, it worked, yes. And we all start celebrating, it worked, oh, we made the switch. Oh, we did it so smoothly, perfectly, yeah. And then someone types in the chat, we can hear you. So they fucking hear us talking about like this mic. It was just embarrassing as shit, and like, I got super nervous, but I came in live after to do Q&A, and we still ended up making a decent amount of money. But anyways, letting you guys know, anything that happens on a webinar, whatever, it's not the end of the world. We're still standing here doing webinars 4 years later. But nonetheless, is what it is. So the reason why we like GoToWebinar, because it's freaking reliable. And it's simple to use once you get it, okay? And we use it every single week, multiple times a week. Next, camera equipment, you guys. We have a whole bunch of pictures up here. Truth be told, all you need are these 2 things. Number one is your webcam. How many of you, sorry, you got to feel for the audience. Thoughts on Zoom? A lot of friends like it, Stephanie. But for this class, I'll be focusing on GoToWebinar. How many of you have a webcam on your computer? How many of you have a webcam on your computer? Okay, camera check. Anyone doesn't? Most newer computers do. Okay, if you don't, it's fine, but you need to buy a webcam. So a lot of you and a lot of people will teach that you can do webinars without being on camera, and it's true. You 100% can. If that really, really makes you comfortable, you can, but I really, really recommend showing your face. Go full screen on me for a second. All right, full screen. How many of you feel more connected being able to see me? I can look at you, I can make faces, and I can like show you my personality. Right? How many of you are there, can relate to that? That's the difference. So you cannot have your webcam on, but you're going to miss this interaction, this type of connection, this type of feeling that can only be created by actually being here. So webcam, or you can buy a cheap one on Amazon, and that's all you need, or I won't even say cell phone, not cell phone, webcam. That's it. That's all I'll recommend for this, okay? Next, microphone. Buy this microphone, okay? Buy this microphone. It's a Blue Yeti. I shit you, I have it over here. I'm gonna actually grab it for you guys. It's plugged. I shit you not. When I tell you guys, look at this, okay? I've had this same microphone for, I think, 5 or 6 years. The same one, and it still sounds great. So it freaking lasts. I think I have 2 now, but I have the same one 5, 6 years, guys. So Blue Yeti, there it is. That's what we recommend, okay, for best sound. Next, I talked about this earlier in the gene pool today, but we love Camtasia. See, what happens is when you teach a webinar, what happens is you want to take that video file, and sometimes you just want to cut out segments, because webinars can be long, an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. But you may have had like a 7-minute section that was pure fire. Or maybe someone asked a great question and that moment was really, really special. So what we like to do is use Camtasia to edit those micro clips and use that as content on our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube channel. Is everybody with me there? That makes sense, say yes. That makes sense, say yes. Okay? Good? Camtasia, check. Let's continue on.
It's Billy Jean giving you a reminder call to tell you that the training is about to start. To log on to the webinar, simply open up your email and click the link, and you'll be with me, joining me. Here's what I want to remind you. Having the flash drive with our best performing campaigns.
Okay, so what was this?
Hey, what's up? It's
Can you make it not do that?
Hey, what's up? It's Billy
pause
Jean giving you a reminder.
Okay, no worries. Anyways, Sly Broadcast, guys. Sly Broadcast. That's going to allow you to message people. Is this the one that does the call and they can answer the phone and hear my voice? Yeah. So what that will happen is someone's phone will ring. And then how many of you have actually received that from us? Your phone rang all of a sudden and I was on the phone. I was like, yo, motherfucker, webinar's about to start in 2 minutes. Get on there right now. It really, 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 really helps with show-up rates. It really helps with show-up rates. So again, don't feel like you guys need to get all this stuff right now. We're going to be building this together. But today, since we're starting the class, I'm just giving you the overview of the different tools that we use. And just type in the chat helpful if that's helpful to go about teaching it this way. Just showing you like, hey, here's how we use all this stuff, because you guys have obviously know us. Okay, cool. All right, we'll keep rocking. Next is easytexting.com. This is cool because it's like a pay-as-you-go thing. But look, we literally can send out mass messages to you guys and say, hey, Genius, our brand new webinar course launches at 11 o'clock today. Click here to register. How many of you got a text message from us? Put text in the chat. If you got a text message from us, giving you the link, there you go, right? So it's a software that works great, and also, too, it allows people to reply back, and you can respond to everybody online. So you can just literally log in, you can see people responding, and right away you can see what they say, all right? And the next is email marketing. So we started with MailChimp, but then we switched to Drip. And these are awesome because they just make the follow-up really easy. So a lot of you have been to one of our webinars and you've seen us, we'll make an offer and then you'll get emails for like ever. We do that with MailChimp and Drip. So we're gonna spend a lot of time throughout this course showing you our exact follow-up sequences so you guys can just take them and make them your own. Sound fair? Anybody down to copy? Just copy our shit and change out the words to make it applicable to your business? Totally fine. That's what the course is designed to do. All right? Next is Zapier. If you're a newbie, do not get overwhelmed by all this shit. Zapier, whatever the fuck it is. But this is just, how do I explain Zapier? Sometimes you use two different softwares and they don't mesh together. Zap is the connector. It's basically like interracial dating for computers. Okay? That makes sense? All right, continuing on. Next is Facebook, right? You're gonna need to get people to your webinar. So we're gonna show you some cool ways on Facebook to do it. We've obviously ran a shitload of traffic and spent millions of dollars running advertisement traffic to webinars. So we know a thing or two there. So we'll show you some of our best performing ones and we'll help you write the ad copy. Instagram, same thing. YouTube, similar thing. And the next is landing pages. Landing pages. The place where people actually register for your webinar. The web page that they go to give their name and email and phone number to save their seat for your training, for your webinar, okay? So we like to use ClickFunnels, we like to use lead pages, but mostly ClickFunnels. We're pretty much primarily ClickFunnels. We'll use lead pages every now and then, okay? We like to have a backup and never depend on one software. Actually, type in the chat, which one do you guys have? ClickFunnels or lead pages, or put none if you don't have any. ClickFunnels or lead pages, or put none, okay? So really quick, before you guys get your stuff, let us do this. We'll send you out affiliate links, and here's why. One, because we get paid off that. But two, we get special deals. So before anybody gets GoToWebinar, don't do it yet. We're seeing if we can work out a deal with them because we're like, look how big our group is. So I'm trying to see if I can get a group rate for us to bring down the price a little bit. So pause on that. Just understand what it is now. But I mean, buying in bulk, they should definitely fucking hook us up. We got a lot of people. Okay? So next, Wirecast. Okay? Wirecast sponsors us. We've used Wirecast for years, and Wirecast for webinars specifically is optional. As our sponsor, we mess with them. If you're going at a high level, you want to go all in, perfect. But that's what allows us to do all this cool camera shit. Like when you switch, like can you do a couple camera switches? Right there? Okay. There you go, little camera switches. You see Raina and Jordan, you see me. Right there, you got the GoPro probably downstairs, you see the screen. What's allowing us to do that is Wirecast. Completely unnecessary, but as you can see, it adds massive production value for us. So for my people here who like kind of want to go all in advance and you really want to just like, Wirecast is a fantastic tool that I 1,000% stand by, a gazillion percent of my 1,000% to that. Okay? Next. Oh, we're getting to the training. All right, there he is. Last one. Anybody have any questions about the softwares or anything before I go on to actually starting to get down to the nitty-gritty? Any questions? Again, I want to be extremely interactive, so when you guys want to know something, let me know, okay? Don't be afraid to type in the chat, and if I can answer, I will. If not, they'll answer in the chat. They're all watching right now. Someone says, what was the name? It was called Sly Broadcast, Robin. ClickFunnels has a really cool integration that works right with inside of it. Whois transfers the camera angles? So I can show you that. Is this, do we have any that can pop off right now? Or no? We'll show you after, but there's someone downstairs who's literally monitoring all this in real time, Hot Sauce, and he's actually clicking the cameras and music and text and all that stuff in real time. Okay? But watch this. Listen, for webinars, what you guys are doing, one-man show or one-woman show. You don't have to have that. So again, you're seeing like the other thing, but just know that it's not that. Okay? Do you have a shopping list? Carrie, great question. That worksheet that we have there, we will post it and send it to you guys too so you have your copy. Okay? Matter of fact, Ray, if you can upload that as a handout, it's already in there. There you guys go. It's a handout right there. Just download it. You're good. Okay? And Michael says, you didn't mention Prezi. I can't mention Prezi. I was going to save it for later, but fine. Prezi. Prezi is definitely what we like to use for our slides and our presentation. You don't have to worry about that quite yet because I want to go through that during the presentation week. But nonetheless, we do use Prezi or PowerPoint. Or you don't need either. You can just use your camera. We'll get there. You can use a whiteboard. A lot of different options. Okay? Someone says Camtasia versus iMovie. My personal bias is Camtasia. I'm sure iMovie does a decent job. I just can't speak to it because I don't use it and haven't used it since high school. Will Zoom work? Listen, guys, there's other ways to get all of this done. Let me be clear there. I'm telling you what works for us and has been the most reliable for us. I do have some friends that are doing Zoom and loving it. I'll leave it at that. For the sake of this course, if you haven't made a decision on either yet, I highly recommend just going with what we go with so there's no confusion and you can really get the max out of this course. But if you're already using Zoom and you've paid for it and you feel comfortable enough technically to be able to kind of still keep up, that's your decision, okay? ClickFunnels or lead pages. If you don't have either, use ClickFunnels, and you can use billysfunnels.com to sign up for an account. And we'll send out links to all this shit too. So don't worry about it right now. Just stay focused on this. Anybody else? Any questions? What color green can you use to paint the wall? There's a lot of greens. I would just use like a bright one. yeah, for the green. For a green screen. Okay? And that's, again, not necessary, but just a nice touch that you can add. All right? Yes, it does, Josh. It does. Easy Texting does have an API. Yes, it does. Good. Anybody else? Any final questions before we continue? Again, I want this to be interactive with you guys. I want everyone to get their questions asked because this will be a game changer for you. All right, here we go. Let's rock. First things first. As I talked about before we went into this, today's focus is very simple, and it's this. Who you're selling to, what you're teaching, and what you're selling. And what you're selling. So first I want to start off with the who. Who's that perfect customer, okay? To do that, we're going to literally hit my favorite exercise in the game, is your ideal audience. We're going to walk through this. You guys have seen this before, but we're going to take it from the top, okay? Specifically with a webinar in mind, all right? So let me ask you guys some questions and make sure you participate because this is part of the homework, and it's this. Type in the chat right now, who's your ideal customer? Who is your ideal customer, y'all? Who is your ideal customer? Okay? Your ideal customer. Physical therapist, someone says. Someone says dentist, MLMers, parents, okay? Wealthy individuals who need protection, interesting. RV repair shops, women age 18 to 35, military officers living in San Diego, homeowners, privately owned restaurants, chiropractors, people with poor credit. So as you guys keep all these in mind, or still trickling in, Mexican restaurants, we're going to go through this next exercise. And I want you guys to be as specific as you can. Okay? This is not the first time we do it, but this is the way you should be starting every single campaign that you create. So here we go. First thing you got to ask yourself, if you're having a challenge identifying who's your ideal customer, who's been your ideal customer or your favorite customer over the last 3 years of being in business? Who's been your ideal customer over the last 3 years of being in business? Who's that person? Okay? If you don't know, go to the past and jot it down. Write it down. Have a blank piece of paper out. Okay? And let's go ahead and get these handouts in there too, Rhea. Okay? Is that clear? We're zoomed in a little bit. Can you guys all see that well? Can you see the screen good? There you go. All right? So I'm going to continue on. We got a lot of questions to answer. Next is your age group, 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 plus. Okay? Make sure you fill it out, people. Put down the ages. Fill it out. Do not skip it. All right? Or just write it down on a blank piece of paper. It's all the same. If you have double monitors, go ahead and type it. All right? This course is active. We're not just sitting back and learning shit. We're doing shit. I want you guys to turn on your webinars at the end of this month. Okay? I want you to start selling. Next is genders, male or female. Doesn't mean you can't also advertise to women too or to men also. Just for starters, I want to pick one. Okay? So again, if you want to hit up more people, choose the one that's most likely at first. At first. Okay? The one. Or you can make a combo, right? Like 35 to 55. You can make it bigger. All right? Continuing on. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. All right, next is location. All right? Now, let me give you guys a tip specifically for webinars. If you can target nationally or your country. I know there's some people from different countries. Please be as broad as possible with your location, if you can. If you can't, then you can't. But if you can, if there's a service that you can offer that you can, I want you to keep that in mind. All right? Yes, these handouts are going up, okay? But I want you guys to write these out as we go. Next is education level. Oh, whoopsie. Next is ethnicity, excuse me. What's your customer realistically? Are they black? Are they white? Are they Mexican? Are they Hispanic? These things matter. They will change the way that you advertise. They will change the way that you speak. How many of you here, be real, this doesn't make you racist, it does make you racist, but it's funny. How many of you change the way you talk when you're around your black friends versus your white friends versus your Mexican friends versus your Asian friends? You know what I mean? You do it a little bit. You do it a little bit. You can pretend you don't, motherfucker. You definitely do. Someone says I'm too white. You can't even help it. You can't even help it, right? Go around somebody who speaks Chinese fluently and tell me you don't talk just like a little bit. You know, like you start doing shit. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm telling you honestly, when you're running ads, this will help you. Okay, next, languages they speak and education level. Think about that. Is your ideal customer. The idea behind webinars, the beauty in them, is you can reach out to your perfect ideal customer. The perfect scenario. So be picky. Are they graduate? Are they college grads? Do they have their doctorate degrees? Are they in college? Do they have their associate degrees? Right? Continuing on. Monthly income. They just starting up? No money yet? They're making over 100K a month? What is it? What is it? Your ideal customer. Okay? Your ideal customer. Next, home ownership. Do they own a home? First time buyer? Are they renting? What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay? Giant question. Are they married? This is the big one. Don't sleep on this. Are they married? Are they single? Are they divorced? Are they widowed? Are they engaged? This matters. All of this matters, and here's why. Here's why it's a little different than when we usually do this exercise. Based on what we decide here is going to change the way that you present in the webinar. It's going to change the way you sell. Because you got to think about this. If you're primarily targeting single people, can we all agree here that the priorities of someone who's single may be a little bit different than someone who's married, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? And when you're pitching to a group, you have to stereotype to the most common denominator there. Because what happens is you don't get the luxury of being able to individualize your pitch like a one-on-one sales call. That's why this exercise is so important. Because once you have this mapped out, next week when we come out, or second week or third week, when we come out and we're talking about what to say in the presentation, now you have the perfect person in front of you and it becomes much easier in regards to what to say. Is that clear to everybody? Why this is an extremely important exercise? Say clear in the chat. Say clear in the chat. Okay? All right. Keep on rocking here. Birthday month, that's not as important, but some of you, this is not as important for webinars. It's just not. So don't go crazy about that. Anniversaries, maybe there's something there if that pertains to your industry, but nothing that wild. Parents, this matters depending on your industry. But some of you, this may be a big deal. New parents versus parents with toddlers versus parents with adult children. Those are all different messages. So think about it. And watch this, guys. Some of these may not apply to all of you. That's okay. But just do it. Think about it and say, I won't use that, and that's cool. Next is politics. Do you think understanding if somebody is a liberal versus very conservative, do you think that may change how you pitch a little bit? Some of the things that you say, some of the things that you align with, right? A lot of people don't think about these things. But again, you guys all know that the purpose of this is to pitch a group so your brain's going at a different, it's operating differently right now. Okay? Next is workplace, right? What do they work at? What's their job titles? Shit like that. Huge one, where do they hang out? Where do they hang out? Are they at the church? Are they at bars? Are they at coffee shops, museums, sporting events? This is important because you may advertise by location. And if you advertise by location, you may want to advertise to areas that have a lot of coffee shops to get a certain type of person. Okay, continuing on, books they read. You can tell a lot about somebody by the book that they read, the libros, books. Gotcha, okay? Next is, this is a big one. What events do they go to? Did they go to Coachella? Like these two little cuties here? Did they? They went to Coachella, you know everything you need to know about them. Got it? And then lastly, competitors. Competitors. This is big. See, what I love about webinars is you can freaking target your competitors' traffic. Bring them right over to your world, right? What you realize about competitors, they're really collaborators. All right? Good so far? And Ray just uploaded the other exercise there too, as the audience. So I want you guys to take a second, and on the right-hand side there, you're going to see 2 different audience worksheets. If you just go ahead and click those, or 3, excuse me. If you just go ahead and click those, you can download them right now. Let me know when you guys do that. Get the tools checklist. Yeah, Brooke says, good stuff, can't write fast enough. And watch this, that's okay, Brooke, because everybody here, you're going to have the replays of this because you guys are part of this live. So you'll be able to pause it, slow it down. You see what I'm saying? So don't feel like you got to get everything perfect. So we'll expedite these quickly. I'll have it up there today for you guys. I promise you that. How's that? If I can get this call up here today, give you all the worksheets so you got everything. So we'll make it happen today so we can take action immediately. Okay? All right. Next. We're almost coming up to the end of this here. Things they buy. Definitely tell something about people by what they buy. Someone's buying pet food, they probably got pets, right? Subscriptions, home garden. These are all just different ways to advertise on Facebook. Next is favorite TV shows. Do not sleep on this. I want you to really, really answer these because this is some of the best ways to advertise online. People align with TV shows. They embody it. They are it. Okay? Next is people they follow. People they follow, there's obviously something they like about them, something that speaks to them, right? You can tell a lot about someone by the person that they follow, okay? And the next, type of app they use the most, okay? Productivity apps. If someone's using a whole bunch of productivity apps, well, you know that person's OCD is shit, and you should sell them some like steroid wipes or something crazy. Got it? Hashtag Hector, yeah, exactly. So again, these are all just tools, okay? I don't know if we necessarily need to evaluate, actually self-evaluation, okay? Now this next little exercise, this could work for you guys too, all right? And actually type it in the chat as we go so I can get a feel for the group so I can better cater this training to you guys. How many likes do you guys have on your business page? And if you don't have a Facebook business page, say, I don't have one, okay? All right? So we had 1,800, 350, 250, 685, 500, 1,500, 9,000, 100 to 200, 50,000, 7,600, 1,200, 100, right? 75. If you don't have one yet, that's okay. You're going to need to create one. We're going to need to create one so we can help you with that, all right? 75, 2,400, maybe 10. Watch this. That's okay, guys. That's okay if you don't, because you can still advertise from a page. But know this. As you advertise more, your following will blow up. So with us, the reason why we do have any followers that we do is because we spend so much in advertising. Now, if we were asking for likes and not emails, we'd have a shitload of likes right now, like millions. But we're always focused on actually capturing the lead. But nonetheless, guys, as we do this, your likes will go up. What about Instagram? How many followers you guys got on Instagram? Or do you even have an Instagram? Okay? If you don't, you're going to create one. All right? If you don't, you're going to create one. Got some people here with thousands, some people here just starting their page. It's okay either way. But you're going to need one because you're going to want to get traffic to your webinar, okay? YouTube subscribers, and I'll let you guys just kind of go through the rest. You just write them down. We don't have to type them out anymore. YouTube subscribers, Twitter followers, your email list size, monthly website visitors, okay? Your text message size. The reason why we're doing this exercise is because I want you to understand your distribution. Scale of 1 to 10, rate yourselves on how much distribution you have, meaning how much of these do you have where you can reach people, right? Scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself. 10 being like you got a lot of distribution, you can get a message out to a lot of people, to your ideal clients. 1 being not a lot, okay? 1-653-145-26-652, 1-725-9114, and it continues to go on. So what I want you guys to think about here is know this. The more distribution you have, the more people you can get to your webinar. The more people that show up to your webinar, the more people that can buy from you. Okay? Just keep that as an of note. Continuing on here. Now that we've done the who, right? The who. Does anybody, actually before I continue, again, just doing a heat check, especially during this first week, so I get a feel for the group. Tell me this, how many of you just got 10 times more clear on who you wanted to advertise to by going through this exercise? Put 10x. Put 10x in the chat. If you just literally like, it's nothing new, right? It's just a crazy exercise that it just takes you into a different place, right? This is what makes the ad copy easier to write, is when you nail this. A lot of people put 1000x, which is good. Somebody just put the sex sign. That's cool too. All right, now let's go into what you're selling. Before we decide what you're selling, and the reason why I make you do the who first, because it becomes easier to know what they're going to want, okay? Right here, your bucket of assets. Your bucket of assets. What I want you guys to do right now is I want you to lay out in these buckets or on a blank piece of paper every product and service. Every product and service that you have, okay? Go ahead and just put them in the chat too so I can read some aloud, right? Every product and service that you have. Just lay it out in buckets. I want you just to type it out. What you got? What are you selling? Okay? What are you selling? Someone put lead gen? Yeah, sure. I will write on that for sure, actually. Do anyone got my stick? Do I have my stick over? Where? Oh, that way. Thank you. I just heard on the thing, and I heard things. Okay, here we go. I'm going to type these out for you guys. So yeah, right up in here in this box, this is where you guys want to put what you're selling. I'm going to go blank so we can just kind of freestyle on the board for a minute. So we got, can someone read some shit to me?
Video production, candles.
Web design, video production. What else?
Membership plans.
Candles?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Wholesale real estate.
Membership plans.
Business building programs.
Wholesale real estate.
Virtual assistant.
Okay. Virtual assistant.
Done for you marketing.
Okay.
Services.
Assistant.
Private jet rentals.
PJ Rentals. Shout out to Gavin.
That was it.
Appreciate my guy, Gavin, right there. Hooked us up.
Drone
What?
flight training.
Drone flight training. That's fucking awesome.
SEO. Cold blood protection.
SEO. Okay, so there you guys go. You kind of get a feel for what's going on in this class. Here's what I want you guys to own. A little tip here. So the way that the webinar is going to work overall is you're just going to demo your best product or service. Now, some of you have the fear that what if, actually, let me ask, how many of you have the fear that if you demonstrate your webinar and stuff, not a lot of people will buy your shit? If you go in a presentation, you really show like what you do and may actually affect your sales, okay? How many of you are living with that kind of self-doubt? Here's the truth. Will it affect your sales? Yes. Some people will say, fuck it, I'm gonna go try and figure it out. And guess what? How many of those customers do you think you actually want? 0. Who cares? Don't sweat it. There's definitely going to be people who are like, oh, I got this. I'm just going to go do this myself and build it. They're going to waste so much fucking time. That's exactly the type of stubborn person that you don't want to deal with. So you want to thank them for weeding themselves out. Let them go. All right? Continue on. I'm going to circle back to those in a second here. Actually, sorry. I hit the little thing. Okay? Yeah. Wait a second. All right, your bucket of assets. Now, when it comes to selling your products, the product that you guys want to sell, what's the price points? Put in your price points right now. Put in your price points right now. $500, okay. $997, okay. $499, okay. 5 to 10K, 2,000, 500, 1,500, 1,500, 997, 285 a year, 3 grand, 10 grand, 597, 150 to 1,350. That's a big ass range. Let's get more specific there. 1,500 to 5 grand packages, okay? 5 grand to 20 grand, 750, 225. Look, here's what I'll recommend. And again, there's other ways to do it, but I want to give you guys the easiest way to win. Can I get blank page? Everyone, I want you guys to choose a product or service that has a minimum of $500, okay? A minimum that you're charging $500 for. All the way up to $1997 with payment plan on that $1997, depending on your audience too. Maybe your audience is really wealthy. And again, I'm making a blanket statement, but there's definitely gaps in this. Usually, with these price ranges, you can move people to a buy now. Meaning you do not need the phones. You can go all in on literally just asking people to buy on the webinar. For you guys selling your stuff right now, how many of you fall into this category? Where you just want someone to buy, you don't want to have to do any of the phone sales. That's the price point. You don't need to have like a welcome call to do onboarding and stuff. Okay, give me a feel for the audience, for the crew here. Okay, some of you, yeah. So if you're in this price point, you can go here. Okay? Now, for anybody who's over that, or who anyone's just that loves the phones and has a really, really strong phone backend, what I would say for that 2K and up to whatever the hell you want it to be, I would personally recommend going from webinar to application. Webinar to application. And we'll show you how to build that out, okay? So we'll keep it that simple. There's a lot of other things you can do in the middle. My job is to give you a simple plan. But right now, I want you guys all to declare in the chat. Are you going buy now or going application? Are you going buy now or are you going application? Okay? And that's for you. I got buy now application. It's like a freaking coin toss, every single one. And you can do both, not at the same time though. Don't do both at the same time. Mixed message. Confused buyers don't do shit. Now you can rotate and you can switch it, test different things, but don't do them both at the same time. Okay? So there you guys go. 2K, application, your choice is done. Now, having that in mind, the price points, how you, like the ultimate call to action, what you're going to do, now choose the product or service that you're for sure selling. Based on that audience, what's the product or service? You only choose one product that you're selling. One, just type it in the chat, whatever it is, okay? Got a lot of marketers here. A lot of people just selling leads, okay? That's all right. What else? Be specific. Jet charters, okay? Jet charters, got it? What else? Day training for dogs, okay? Day training, yeah, that's great. What? Keep going. Bring them out, Rena. Okay, we got a math boot camp. I like that. Okay, podcast in a box.
Green screen videos for realtors.
Gotcha. Green screen videos for realtors. Very cool.
Bookkeeping.
Bids for video. Bookkeeping. Okay.
Local SEO.
Local SEO. Great. Okay.
Mentorship.
What is it?
Mentorship.
Okay, mentorship. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine for now. So, now that you all have selected the service that you want to sell, specifically, very, very specifically, we're going to spend some time on this because everyone always gets this wrong. We have to go through the problem solution, okay? We've been here before. You guys know I'm obsessed with this because I really believe it's the key to all successful marketing. Now that you guys have just decided on your product or service, I want you to write it down, okay? Ray has got you with this PDF. She's going to put it in there, okay? Or just write it down on a blank piece of paper. It's already in there? Oh, you already got it, okay? So you can either write it on there, write it on your document, doesn't really matter, okay? But write in your product or service, and very, very clearly, very, very, very clearly, I need you to write 3 problems that this particular product or service solves for the ideal client we just discussed, specifically for them. 3 problems, okay? Write them out right now. Again, this is the way any ad starts, webinar or not webinar. This is the key to life, this exercise. Go ahead and type them in the chat. Go ahead and type it in the chat. This is your product or service. What 3 problems, the biggest problems that they're facing, the absolute horrible ones, what's it solving, guys? Right? Getting more customers, it's okay. Generating more revenue. Time, someone says. Okay, that's one. Help them quit trading their time for money. Okay. Let's see. Deter the chance of an active shooter incident. That's one. Okay. Prevent. Police transparency. Speed for quote. No one knows they exist. Inconsistent flow of leads. Weight loss. Clarity on creating brand. Creating a revenue plan. Creating their marketing plan. But see, those are more benefit side. What are the challenges that they face, right? Overcoming fear and a lack of confidence, okay, right? It says to purchase their own home, cars, and credit cards. What are the problems, though, with that? Why can't they do that, Robin? Why can't they do that? Share your expertise, grow your list. So those are benefits. Stay away from benefits right now. You need to understand the inverse of those. So for example, someone said, share your expertise. The problem is no one's ever heard of you, right? They're cured to invisibility. They're invisible is the problem that they're facing. No one knows they exist. See, it has to be the problem. You don't mess up on this exercise because literally it's the entire shabam, okay? Let's see. Problem behaviors like jumping, pulling on leash, digging and chewing. That's better, Rachel. There you go, right? Your dog fucking jumps all over the place. It jumps on your couch. It jumps on guest. It jumps on D's. It jumps on Bofa, Tippa, Seema. It jumps on all those, right? That's good. Pulling on the leash, okay, good, good. That's much better. You guys see that difference right there? So not, again, Viber, you said repair dry, damaged hair. Repair is the solution. What's the problem, right? What's the problem? Your hair's falling out? What is it? What's the problem? They don't know who they want to serve, okay? Identity crisis. Identity crisis. What else? Empty appointment slots. Okay, good, right? You have all these sales guys that are there, but you ain't got nobody for them to talk to, so now it's just an expense. Real problems, guys, okay? Don't crash your drone. That's a little preventative, right? What more, though, specifically? Okay? What problems? Let's go. Do not mess up. I'll sit here all damn day until I start seeing a lot of right answers. Okay, problem. Their child may fail their math class. Their problem is getting held back, right? What else? Empty tables. That's a real problem. When you have empty tables at your restaurant, that's not bringing money in. That's an expense. Good. Overpaying for taxes. That's a great problem right there. How about that? I like that. Now we're getting on the right train. Okay? Someone's going out of business. That's a fucking problem. All right? See, the uneducated people, you got to be more specific. As a result of being uneducated, what's the problems that they're dealing with? That makes sense, Hardik? As a result of being uneducated, what is the problems that they're dealing with? Okay? Someone says, can't be in 2 places at once. Well, what's the challenge with that? Why do they need, what's the problem? Okay, so, all right, so what, Christy? I can't be 2 places at once. What does that mean? Why is that a problem? Okay? Let's see, shooting without proper safety. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Right? Why is that a problem? Okay? No time with family. Okay, good. Are job candidates lying to you? So not being able to tell if someone's telling the truth or they're full of shit. Okay? Now, there's a second thing. You guys are starting to get it, right? You're going deeper. You're going deeper. You're really starting to see the levels of problems. So you got to ask yourself, the consequences. Okay, I want you guys to note this. So you should have the problems, and on this right side, I know it says solution. I don't want to go there yet, because that's for later. Right now in this worksheet, I want you to pretend that says consequences. Use that a little differently, okay? Consequences. What are the consequences of the problem specifically for this ideal customer? Okay? Maybe we should do this one live. Give me the phone. Give me someone's phone number. I want to demonstrate this to you guys. Give me your phone number and your industry, please. And then let me get the drawing board. Okay? This is what we're doing here. Sure, we can do the dog training. All right. Who's that?
Rachel.
Okay, Rachel, we're giving you a call.
Hi, Rachel. I'm gonna pass you over to. Okay, you're muted. You're good.
Okay, check this out, you guys. This is all we're doing right here. Rachel, what's happening?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for participating. You're live in front of hundreds of people. How you feel?
Pretty good.
Okay. So, Rachel, tell everybody kind of about what you do.
Mostly dog training. For this, I want to concentrate on day training, where I actually go to their home and train the dogs for them.
Got it. So let's go here. We have your audience. So the product that you're selling is in-house day training, right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
In-house. Got it. Now your audience that you're doing this to is who?
Ages about 35 to 55. Typically female, because
Okay.
they're the ones that want dog training.
Yeah.
I live in Naperville, Illinois, so usually within about 10 miles of there.
There's my girl.
Typically white,
Okay. Yeah.
English speaking.
Okay.
Usually college grads, because they're the ones that have the money to afford it.
Got it. Okay.
50K plus, and usually they're married.
Yeah, look at this. Kids?
That depends. I get a huge range whether they have
So,
kids or not.
but watch this. I want you to choose a side right now because I want to show you how much the difference. Now, again, you're dealing with a smaller audience, right? Because it's 10 miles, so we probably will broaden it up. But for the sake of this exercise, I just want to kind of go, let's say they have kids too. And I'll show you guys how that little note makes a difference, even though we'll probably go a little bit broader for her because it's a localized business. So now we know what she's selling, day training. We have a good idea of the audience. Okay, how many of you agree that she did a good job of really nailing down who the hell she's talking to? That's Roxy says, she just described me and I've hired a dog trainer before. All right, so look at this. We got clarity. Now let's get to the hard part. What are the 3 problems that you're solving here?
Biggest ones, like I typed it in there, but jumping, pulling, and then boredom behaviors like digging and chewing.
Can I throw a bigger one in there? Pissing and shitting everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, would we all agree that's the first thing you think about dog training? Number 1 is you pee-peed on my couch, you pee-peed on my floor, you pee-peed in my bed, you poo-pooed in my closet, right?
The only reason I don't say that is because typically that's not something that we can like train with me there.
Ah, got you. Okay, now watch this. We can explain and go in depth more on the webinar, but remember this, and this is a great note for everyone. I'm glad you said that. You gotta meet the customer where they're at, not where you want them to be. And a lot of clients right now, they're going to understand this, right? Like, so pissing and pooping. What were the other ones? You said like jumping?
Jumping and then pulling on leash.
Why is pulling on leash a problem? Be a little more specific there.
Because people want them to be able to go for walks and things like that and not be pulling all over the place.
So I would say out of control on the leash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, now watch this. Now that we...
The other one is not coming when called, too.
Oh, okay. Let's put 4. Why not? Not coming. Just ignoring you to death.
Yep.
Little assholes. Okay, so watch this, you guys. Here's the big catch with this. Is the magic in the ad copy, meaning what we're going to say to get people to want to attend your webinar, comes right here in this section. The consequences. So now that we're speaking directly to this person, this female who's 35, she's got a couple kids, she lives close, and they have these dogs, right? She's got young kids. And so for that woman in particular, why is pissing and pooping a big deal for her? What are the consequences of peeing and pooping specifically for her, for that person? Everybody put it in the chat. Everybody put it in the chat, right? So one of those things is cleaning expenses, okay? So this person's they probably own a home, don't they? Can we all agree there?
Yeah.
So specifically, cleaning expenses doesn't make anybody get emotional, right? Cleaning expenses doesn't. But having to fucking recarpet your house would piss someone off, because that's expensive as hell. Or when guests come over and they go, damn, why does it smell like piss all up in your house? Embarrassment. This woman cares about, she watches The Bachelor. She's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. You guys can't read my handwriting, it's all good. She's embarrassed. That's a real consequence, right? What else? Lowers the home value, sure. Yeah, Andrea just said she recarpeted last month. It's expensive. So now when you're writing your ad copy, you say, look, I know that your dog, has a peeing and pooping problem. They have accidents, and that would be okay if it didn't cost you $3,000 to get the carpets redone. And that would be okay if you didn't have your friends and family over all the time and they weren't always complaining about the smell. Does anybody see right there, boom, that's the difference. That's the difference right there. That's the difference from writing an ad that says, I'll help you with peeing and pooping, and making it emotional so somebody actually wants to take action, activating their pain and the consequences so they want to get rid of them. If everybody's clear, put clear in the chat, please. Put clear in the chat, please. Now again, when I'm going through this, I'm showing you an example, but you need to be doing this right now for the sake of this class for yourself, right? Or at least following along and realizing that as soon as this camera's off, you got another 45 minutes to go back and make sure your shit's tight. And the reason why I'm starting here in week 1, because I'm telling you guys, if you miss this, everything breaks. The presentation breaks. Your ad breaks. Your follow-up email sequence breaks. Everything breaks if you miss this. Okay? All right, Bobby. So here we go. Next is jumping. What are the consequences for this woman of jumping?
Kids getting hurt.
You just said, I got a 2-year-old. That's a real thing we deal with. Kids getting hurt. That's not okay, right? And hey, you love the fact that your puppy is energetic and gets excited and has a personality. But when that personality happens to go around, when you're in the kitchen and your kids are in the other room and your bulldog jumps on your 2-year-old, all of a sudden, that's not so cute anymore, is it? Or when your grandmother comes over and she's 97 and she's scared as hell and then she has a heart attack and it was your fault. Got it? That's extreme, but you guys know what I mean. Okay? And now let's go with the third. Out of control on the leash. Did you know that you can get sued up to $500 million if your dog bites another dog? Just happened in Kentucky. Someone just got sued for $500 million, right? And then you have the last one, not coming. You were late to work 6 times last month because your dog wouldn't go in the fucking cage when you told it to go. Look, you love your puppy, but damn. This lack of training is costing you a lot. Well, good news. My name is Billy Jean, and I'm having a free training. I'm having a free training to show you exactly how to fix all of the above. Click here to register. Everybody got that? Understand why this exercise is everything right here? You know this down. It becomes very easy to attract people. Okay? It becomes very easy to attract people. All right, let's continue on. Ray, was this my last little section right there on that part? Okay, hold on. Yeah, so let me see. No, that's good. I want to keep it there. I want to keep it there. I want to show you guys an example that we just did in the School of Genius for Write Like a Genius about a webinar copy. Thank you for calling, Rachel. You're the best.
You're welcome.
Was that helpful? Was that helpful for you, Rach?
awesome. Thank
Okay,
you.
rock and roll. See you soon. Listen, let me get a zoom on this. We just did this Write Like a Genius course where we literally sat there and wrote like ad copy. And we started with all the same exercises, and we were who was Giovanni? That was our ad, okay? So she teaches people about security contracts and how to land more. So here's the ad copy that we use using the same exercises prior to that we were just going through, and it says this. Need more long-term, high-paying, and consistent security contracts. Well, would you like me to show you how I was able to generate over 16 new security contracts in under 4 months without, number one, cold calling, having to prove yourself on a phone call to a stranger, number two, depending on referrals. Waiting for referrals like waiting for money to grow on trees, just don't count on it. 3, knocking on strangers' doors, that's just awkward. So what the heck did I do? Well, instead of just telling you, I'm going to show you step by step on a free online training that I'm hosting. Click here to register. On this training, I'm going to show you one simple Facebook ad similar to this one that closed 2 contracts that generated us $138,000 in the first year revenue. Can you scroll down? A little more. I'm going to show you the exact pictures, videos, and words I use in the advertisement so you can copy them. I can't wait to see what they do for your business. The exact system that I used to get 2 to 6 high-quality security buyers that contacted us instead of me chasing them. I didn't have to go to a trade show. I didn't have to beg friends for referrals. I didn't have to put any flyers on any cars. Matter of fact, once I set up this system, it literally didn't take up any of my time, and I didn't have to pay any salespeople. C, a feeling worth 20 times more than both A and B combined, and that's finally having peace of mind in my business. And even better than that is actually enjoying my business again, because the way I operated my company before, implementing this system made me feel frustrated, desperate, and embarrassed. If this sounds like something you may be interested in, click here to register. It's completely free, www.securitycontracts.com.
There's more.
Fake domain. Oh, we still kept going?
Yeah, you kept going.
My name is Billy Jean. I look forward to helping you attract, close, and retain more high-quality security contracts. P.S. I wasted 3 years trying to figure this stuff out by myself. Don't make the same mistake I did. Show up to this training and let me help you.
Look at the comments. Look at the comments.
The end. Comments?
Giovanni.
Oh, is she there?
She's there.
Where is she?
Last one.
Oh, look at this. So watch this. Giovanni's there, right? We talked about this. She's turned on the AdSense, and that's going. She already has 40 registrants for her webinar. So, whoop, bam. I love it. I love it. I love it. So there you go. And it got approved, which is huge. So that's awesome. That's awesome real-time case study. I didn't even know that. So I love it. But anyways, you guys, you see how you take all of the problems. The first half of the ad copy is all about stating those problems to get someone's attention. And then the second way is showing them how you're going to solve it. So the way that Rachel would do that is say, hey, I'm going to show you the 2-step tactic with the leash I use that stops jumping almost instantly. I'm going to show you the special pee pad that I used in my house for 6 days, and it immediately guided Wilbur to stop peeing on the floors. I'm going to show you the special leash that I use that stops fucking dogs from running and killing other dogs. Like, it's crazy. Do you guys see what I'm saying? How you make it so tangible? How you can literally taste it? Does that make sense to everybody? You can taste the ad copy. You can feel it. You can understand why, like what you're going to get and why it's worth your time. Because webinars take time. Got it? So, let's see here. Let's do this, you guys. I'll show you that example. Let's give them this example. Let's give you this example. I want to give you guys the ad copy worksheet, okay, which gives you a very simple formula of grabbing someone's attention, exaggerating their problems, and offering to solve it. And it literally kind of maps out everything there. And I want you guys to do this. Let's give them a first homework assignment for this course, okay? I want you guys to write your ad copy by next week, okay? I want you to take a shot at your ad copy. I'll review some live. We'll start the call there to get it going, just following this. Because that's the first step with the webinar, getting your ad copy done, all right? And then next week, I'll also show you how to actually turn this thing into an ad and how to set it up, and we'll do integrations and make it with the landing page. And like, let's do ad and landing page so that way people can get people registered. And then in the third week, we'll go all through the presentation of what to say. And the fourth week, we'll follow up and all the follow-up, okay? So that'll be cool. So let's see. Gary says, is the ad copy text and video or just the text? I obviously recommend video. Video is a little science of its own. I think the ad copy will get you there. And obviously I'm huge on video, but for the sake of this training, even if you just did image and you use this formula right, you're good. Obviously I'm gonna recommend video, but that will get you at a starting place, okay? But essentially, Gary, the video is just an audio-visual version of what you write. Understand? It gives you a loose script, okay? Yeah, Wes says, internet's been going out. Totally cool, man. That's why we record these things and we'll get them up for you guys, okay? So far, does that give you guys context to how this course is gonna work? Helpful so far, right? Get your ad, like do it right now, guys. Do it right now, do it right now. And then guys, let's make sure we collect some submissions so that we can start the class off next week with showing some really good versions, all right? So get that fucking ad copy done. It's one simple assignment, guys. This will change your business. Just go through it. Because once you have the foundation, the template of the webinar up, you just make little tweaks and modification. Just ask people to come and you just keep pitching, okay? So good. Let's see, where should they send it? What's the best way? Post it in the Gene Pool group.
Wait, no, we can put a submission form.
And where?
No, we could put a submission
Oh,
form.
there you go. Okay, there you go. So Jordan will create a submission form, and then she'll send it out to you guys.
We'll put it in the platform.
Okay.
So they can just go right in.
They're not going to see that there. It's a horrible. We'll text message it to all of them. We'll text message it to you guys. No one's going in the platform. That's just
For the
inefficient.
replay? Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have it in there, but yeah, we're going to text it to you guys too. Text it to you so you can submit it and you have the link. All right. That work? Cool. Let's see. The sheets, you have them right there, literally on the right-hand side. Click them, but we'll also include those in the platform. Okay? We'll also include them in the platform. You have them right there, but we'll also include them in the platform with the replay. So that will be up within the next 4 hours. Got it? You'll see everything in there. Let's see. Yeah. So Evan, put your phone number. Let's make sure we have it, and we'll make sure you're good. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So if anyone didn't receive a text to show up today, they need to let us know so we
Yeah.
can add their correct.
If you didn't get a text today to show up, give us your number now so we can make sure you're good, and we'll make sure we text it to you. We'll make sure we update that. Okay? So email and text, look out for those from us. If you did not get a text today, they'll note it right here. Okay? And we'll make it happen. So again, everything will be in the platform. We'll also text the submission form to you guys so you can submit your ads. Do the work. You paid for this course. Like, this is getting it done. Like, don't just learn. Like, marketers learn. They consume all day. Geniuses take fucking action. Okay? Be a genius. Don't be a marketer. Understand? All right. Cool. Getting started. Nice little warm up. Warning to let you guys know too. Shout out to Gabe. Next week, you guys, you have to understand it's going to be a longer course because there's just a lot of shit that we got to go through. Okay? So next week's going to be about a 2-hour session. And then what, we're going to Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay. Tuesday at 11 o'clock right here. Okay? And then also on that day, we'll give out the rest of the schedule for the course. Okay? We'll go with the rest. So Tuesday, 11 o'clock here. And guys, thank you guys for your patience and allowing us to push that back. I appreciate it. But as I told you, it's going to be more than worth it. And thank you for your patience and your flexibility there, okay? All right. Love you guys. Cool. We out of here. I'm 30. I'm wise and shit, you know? I'm wise as fuck. So, no, I'm not. Later, guys. Talk to you soon. Holla. Talk to you later.